I had a crush in high school that never went anywhere, but now 25 years later, he's dropped back into my life. I am 42 years old. I graduated from high school in 1998. Over 25 years ago, I had a crush on this guy. Actually, it was more than just a crush. I was head over heels for him. He had the most beautiful blue eyes. He was one of the cool guys. He had his own apartment and a convertible and even a pager. He smelled like a combination of Polo Sport, wintergreen gum and cigarettes. He listened to Dave Matthews Band. He worked at Foot Locker. The last time we spoke was in, 2007. I have no idea why he contacted me today. Like I said, I graduated from high school over 25 years ago. Maybe he has dated all the women in our hometown and is now trying to reach out to those of us who have moved away. I have no idea why I'm posting this. I just needed to share this really weird information with people who might understand. It's just so freaking weird. I would have given anything for him to contact me out of the blue when I was in my 20s. But now, in my 40s, the last thing I want to do is date. At least, I don't want to date him. He has that special honor of being someone who I will always think is perfect because the person I believe him to be is the person I created in my head when I was 15. We'll see if I decide to go meet up with him. I'll let you all know if that happens or not. Edit, I just got off of a video call with him. Time has been much nicer to me. Update 1. I want to give you all a more complete picture of how massive of a crush this was before I began. I first saw him when I was in 7th grade, and he was in 9th grade. That was in 1994. After about an hour, I was head over heels. My first year of high school, I figured out where he would be and made a point to walk past him as often as possible. In 10th grade, we had 2 classes together. Somehow, we became friends. Probably because I was cute, and he was a charming flirt. We sort of stayed in touch after he graduated, but I was more than happy to just leave him on that pedestal I had put him on in high school. After receiving his message, I called him that evening. We talked for a little bit, then got off the phone. I asked him why he contacted me. He said he saw a post I made on Facebook and just thought about getting in touch. Okay. Fine. I'll accept that. For a couple of weeks after that first phone call, 15-year-old me was absolutely in control. I felt like a teenager again. It was awesome. Here's where things get really interesting. After a few days of texting occasionally, it got to the point of us talking on the phone every day after I get home from work. By the way, I'm a teacher, so I talk to my high school crush every day after school. I find that hilarious. Then, he told me he really looks forward to talking to me every day. So, I started texting good morning every morning and he started texting back. We text every morning while I'm getting ready for work, usually right up until my first class starts. This has been going on for weeks. We tried to get together a couple of times over the past 2 months, but with the holidays, we've both been really busy. Which brings us to tomorrow, he's coming down to my house. I normally wouldn't invite a first date to my house, but I'm making an exception here. Mainly because I've still got quite a bit of baking to do before Christmas, and I really don't want to go out. We're going to order a pizza and watch movies. I really want to thank all of you who commented on my previous post about how they had met up with someone from their youth when they were older and met their husband. I always figured that was just a trope in Hallmark movies. I honestly feel like I'm living in one of those right now. It's kind of awesome. Edit, it's now Sunday. The high school crush came down to my house on Friday and he spent the night. I'm planning to make a longer post soon because I know you are all incredibly interested. However, I'm visiting my family for the holidays. You'll have to wait until Thursday for my update. But I can tell you it's all really good. Update 2. I haven't been with anybody other than my crush for the past 7 years since my fiancé passed away. He has been single since a very messy breakup with his ex 5 years ago and we're both out of practice with this dating thing. We've also both spent a lot of time and energy on introspection in those years. I know that I'm in a very healthy place to start dating again and I believe he is as well. We had a couple of conversations about topics that we both would have probably lied about and hidden in the past from other partners. Instead of doing that, on Saturday, I addressed the topic that I knew was a concern of his directly with him. I was honest and open. The topic was addressed, and we moved on. Then, this afternoon, he did the same for me. I even said, look at us. Healthy communication. We're so grown up. We're both in our 40s lol. We laughed about it, but then we both agreed that poor communication had been an issue in past relationships. There have been a couple of other instances where we have communicated really openly and honestly. OMG. It is so attractive. For those of you who are looking for the juicy, salacious details, I'm sorry. I really don't have anything for you yet. We're taking it slow. That doesn't mean I don't want to climb him like a tree. We've had a couple of good makeout sessions. A little under the clothes action and it's just funny. I feel like we're moving at teenager speeds and I'm okay with that. I have the intention of having him in my life for a long time, so we'll have plenty of time. I'm still nuts about him. I've absolutely told him the extent of my crush. I even played the song his song when I was 15 years old. It was a very vulnerable moment. I still smile when he texts and calls. Like, when I just got off the phone with him. However, I have been actively trying to separate the actual person he is from the perfect man I created in my head when I was a teenager. It's kind of hard because he keeps getting everything right. I'm really, really happy.